And we are live, folks. Welcome back to episode 2 of the Arcane Apocalypse. For those of you who may have joined us last week, we saw our heroes from their present day walks of life across a whole variety of backgrounds and experiences somehow managed to get themselves thrust together and into this mall parking lot as vehicles blocked each other in, and suddenly they were hurled into the future where the world has become this desolate arcane apocalypse, a wasteland corrupted and twisted by magical powers beyond our imagination, as our players will slowly learn. Of course, we have our fantastic cast here. We're going to go ahead and go down the line and do introductions. I'm Bill Stifler. I am your dungeon master, and I will be hosting everything. And yes, thank you for the silent claps there, Jordan and Nathan. Appreciated. And this week, our icebreaker question for our characters, as we're getting to know each other a little bit better, is what does a perfect afternoon look like? So I've asked the players to think about what, prior to the apocalypse or prior to this incident here, what would be their most ideal afternoon, or what was their favorite afternoon of all time that they've ever had? And without further ado, I will turn things over to the players, starting with Ben.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm playing Frankie DeJean. In Frankie's perfect afternoon, he does not remember.
Darn.
Fantastic way to open. Okay. One that he doesn't remember. And of course, sorry, I forgot to ask again, a quick little 2 or 3 sentence description of who you are as a character as well. Forgot to say that.
I'm Frankie. I'm playing a warlock who, years ago, before this adventure started, was a professional escort.
All right. Thank you. Nathan.
Okay. Hi, I'm Nathan. I'm playing Agent Cade Knox, a sort of corporate agent for a corporation, Jenny. We'll come to know that soon enough. Playing a monk. And Agent Knox's perfect afternoon would probably be riding his motorcycle on just a really long ride in silence, like with just traveling. Usually at night, he really liked it. It was a sort of peaceful meditation for him. But if it's in the afternoon, he would still love it too. But
what sort of scenery? We're talking like beachfront, canyons, mountains. What do we?
His favorite ride was like along the Pacific coast, just traveling up and down that on the different trails that were available. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's it.
Jordan?
Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm playing Ro. I am a bard. Before the apocalypse, I was a personal assistant. And my favorite afternoon was when I had no clients. I would hang out with the other agents in my field. We would paint, we'd do like yoga and workouts, and we would just talk, and it was nice.
Awesome. Just a nice hangout with the coworkers, getting to just vibe and relax. No stress, no clients, no job.
Yep.
All right. Kurt.
I'm Curtis. I'm playing Reverend Curtis Himmelberger, a small town pastor and cleric who hopes to use faith and a baseball bat to make it through this messy bit of nonsense that we find ourselves in. But before the apocalypse, a favorite thing to do would be to hang out with friends and family, probably in a backyard barbecue, just hanging out, making cheeseburgers, just spending quality time with people that I love.
Awesome.
Get your potluck on, Reverend.
Exactly.
Yeah, the occasional potluck too.
So wholesome.
And if for the cookout type thing, what would be your choice of the entree? Were you the burger guy or the
Oh, yeah.
barbecue
So
wings? What do we got?
my children call me Rabbi Cheeseburger. So
Rabbi cheeseburger.
yeah.
So cute.
So it is what it is. Love it or hate it. It's even my gamer tag, Rabbi Cheeseburger. So
And I guess I forgot to say this to everybody. Feel free for this to be a little bit interactive amongst if you all have additional questions or comments for each other. Feel free to jump in. Kyle.
Sure. So I'm Kyle. I'm playing Kai 9X, the autognome wizard. Kai's favorite memory is the time that he found a public library that had the entirety of the Harry Potter series, and he spent all afternoon projecting it on a wall and binge watching the Harry Potter movies. So that is certainly his favorite and probably most impactful afternoon.
And Chris to end us up.
Oh, okay. I'm Chris, and I'm playing Dr. Hermes Sanguine. And prior to the apocalypse, his perfect afternoon would probably have been getting out of the hospital early, being able to go home, spend a little extra time with his wife and daughter, before having to go to sleep that night, and or a day off, either spending time with them or with people he served with.
There we go. Nice relaxing time, day off. And then, without further ado, we bring ourselves into the midst of the battle where last time, as we've found ourselves surrounded by a wreck of a parking lot with only a small, about 30-foot diameter circle of the parking lot from the olden days brought forward with us. We see ourselves with a handful of our vehicles, some of which may or may not have made it through nearly as well as each other. As we discovered last time, the party got jumped immediately by zombies and has so far been quite successful at fighting them off, having killed 4 out of the 6. Several of us having even discovered various new abilities and powers beyond our comprehension. And as we thought the fight was nearing a close, we found ourselves suddenly face to face with an owlbear charging straight toward us, a ferocious creature with feather and beaks and claws the size of a massive brown bear, howling and hooting and scraping. We pick up with the thing about 50 feet off as it continues to charge towards the group who has been just attempting to escape, heading north towards the highway that will lead us back to the wizard who created Kai 9 and hypothetically to a safe location. And now as the owlbear jumps into the initiative, we will be picking up with this unfortunate scenario where it is going first. Owlbear begins charging in at you from about 40 feet away, charging straight towards Ro and Rev here in the middle. It ends up, it was 50 feet away, and it, in a mad dash, charges straight towards you, rearing on its hind legs, bellowing and howling at you, ready to rip you to shreds should you end up within range. And then Dr. Hermes Sanguine, what are we doing?
So, just to recap, what's the am I able to tend to somebody and then still attack, or do I have to attack and then tend to somebody, or?
So I believe using the healer's kit, to heal somebody. I believe that is still an action. I don't think that got changed to a bonus action for this edition. For those who are paying attention at home and like to get into the nitty gritty of Dungeons and Dragons rules, we are using the 2024 edition of 5e, which has many updates and such to a lot of the classic rules that we've been accustomed to for the past 10 years.
What's Agent Knox's health level right now?
I'm looking pretty bloody.
You're looking pretty
Yep.
bloody.
Nox
There is blood.
Nox is pretty wounded. Everybody else seems mostly fine, as far as I can tell.
I don't know
One
numbers.
half health.
Yeah, yeah.
Not gonna tell you.
Nox has been beaten to snot.
Oh, but he already moved away from me. I forgot.
Yep.
Okay, he already moved away from me, so that's no longer even an option. So that's fine. I don't have to choose between healing you and attack. I'm just gonna straight up attack since. Where am I in this position?
So this one was you. You have the green base, right?
Yeah, perfect.
So you're right there in the middle. You've just you're standing near the cheerleader zombie that we've just killed. The two remaining zombies. Oh, one is behind you on the far right side there, and one is tucked in behind the motorcycle. And then of course there's the owlbear straight ahead. What do we got?
I mean, right now the owlbear is bearing down on them, so I think I'm gonna say, "Don't worry, guys. I'll try to take care of this real quick." And I can't remember who was lower in health. Which zombie was it? The one on the right or the left by the motorcycle?
The two remaining zombies are uninjured.
Oh shit!
We've downed all of
will-
the injured ones.
I will go for the one on the left. Or
Yep, the one
my-
tucked in behind the motorcycle.
Yeah. And I will attack with my pistol that I really don't want to keep using ammunition on, but I'm going to. So here we go.
All right. So yeah. So lining up the shot there, resting on the edge of the.
Sorry.
That is an unarmed strike.
Ignore that.
All right. So you punch the window of the car.
No. No. All right, I got the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And a 15 obviously hits the zombie. So as you line up the shot with a loud bang, the gun erupts and fires the shot off right towards the zombie, nailing it right in the face.
11 piercing damage.
11 piercing damage as the zombie recoils back. You see this massive, just like its entire jaw is just like falling off, dangling by one side now as the bullets just kind of ripped all of the remaining tendons to shreds. That one is very bloodied now.
Okay. Can I move a little bit closer to
Yep,
them?
so you get 30
on
feet
the
of
other
movement, which is effectively 6 spaces.
side? Okay. So I want to move in between Kai and I believe that's Ro there.
Yep.
Or actually, who are we leaving down here? We're leaving Frankie. I'll stay where I am.
You're gonna stay where you're at to help Frankie? All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Speaking of, Frankie, you are next with Rev on deck.
Frankie, considering these strange visions that he's had for what seems like 12 seconds now.
I almost spit my.
Hey,
drink on my
we're
laptop.
going on 18 seconds here. We're going on 18.
It's been a long time, whether it's 12 or 18. He looks at his hand and considers it, and figures, well, this is probably a dream anyway, and points a finger gun at the zombie to his right there.
Yep, the nearest zombie there, absolutely. The one that's
And
moving
says,
towards him.
bang!
Points the finger gun out and says, bang. And as you do so, casting Eldritch Blast, I assume,
Yes.
for the first time.
Oh yeah, dude.
And what is describe for us, what does the result of this, what's it look like here? A 10 does hit. I mean, they are zombies. They're not hard to hit. So you are lucky as you fire off the shot. So what's the blast look like? Describe the magical effects. What do we see?
So it's too quick to perceive. He's not even paying attention to it because he doesn't expect anything to happen.
Too quick to perceive.
Yeah. He wasn't expecting anything to happen, so he's not paying attention to what it looks like. He'll check it next time.
He'll check it next time? Okay. So we just hear a loud bang, and suddenly there is a giant hole in the zombie's face.
Sounds right.
So is bang literally what you're going to say as your verbal component? Bang.
Yeah, stick with that.
Bang.
I hope that's true.
That's your verbal and
That
somatic
is the verbal
components. Bang.
component.
It's gonna be finger bang all campaign.
Yep.
All right. So Frankie finger bangs a zombie.
Now hold on
That's
a minute.
gonna happen a
Finger
lot.
bangs a hole in its face.
That's true.
Not
Let's
better.
get the
Not better.
All right. So let's get the damage on that.
Hello, HR.
I'd like to take some psychic damage from that.
Yeah, because we need to add some more sources of damage to you guys. All right, as you hit this zombie for 5 damage, its head kind of snaps back, and yeah, you see this kind of like hole. It doesn't seem nearly as wounded as like an actual gun, or as you. Oops, I definitely did more than I needed to. Oops, there we go. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it did quite as much as, I mean, well, you weren't expecting anything, so it did more than you were actually expecting. But still not bloodied, not super wounded. But he does like snap back and recoil, stumbling, and then immediately starts lunging back towards you with renowned effort. Are you doing anything else before the end of your turn? Any movement or bonus action?
Yeah, I'll move over to this square.
Absolutely. Charging over to join with the rest of the group.
Come on in, little buddy. The water's fine.
All right. And yeah, so everybody did hear suddenly like a loud bang sound. I'd like to think the bang, when you say bang, it's just like magically amplified. There's not actually a gunshot sound. It's just you saying bang as loud as a gunshot.
Yes.
Like just bang.
Buddy, I actually have a gun.
Oops,
I don't know why you're doing that.
Was that guy in the skinny jeans?
Was that guy in the skinny jeans?
Roar XD. I'm trying to communicate.
All right, and with that, Kurt, what is Rev doing as this owlbear is barreling down full speed? And as it just got to within 10 feet of you, you saw it like literally its talons just went.
So fortunately, Rev doesn't have to go to the bathroom right now, or he might be going to the bathroom right now. But as this owlbear is just like barreling down straight towards Ro and I'm like, I did not sign up for this, sweet dear Jesus. And I'm gonna just like reach out my hand, and I'm just gonna be like, Lord, take this beast from us, please. But as I do that, there's just this like bolt of like bluest energy that just kind of pierces through the veil of battle towards this thing. As I cast a ray of frost.
All right, so I see a damage roll of 3. Oh, there we go. So I see. It gave it to us. Okay, so yeah, we got a 22 to hit. So that's definitely gonna hit. And it did roll the damage automatically with that first roll for you. It looks like it rolled all the dice. Perfect. So with that, we have a 22 to hit as this icy blast just erupts this light and strikes right in the face of the owlbear as it recoils back, seemingly briefly stunned, taking its 2 Cold
I'm gonna like
damage.
nudge Ro and be like, I think I just made it angry. Have fun with that. And I'm gonna like turn around and I'm gonna like scamper and try to climb onto the cars.
Okay, yeah. And as you do turn around, you do see that both Agent Knox and Kai9 and now Frankie all seem to be heading off kind of like westish.
Yeah, my goal is so I have 35 feet of movement.
Yep.
My goal is to make it as far away as possible while still being on the car. So
Absolutely.
I don't know
yeah,
if I'm
yeah.
able to climb onto like.
Absolutely. Give me a quick either acrobatics or athletics check. You tell me for how you're as you're scrambling onto the hood of the first car as you turn around and run.
Sure.
It's this car is low enough to the ground that you could very easily kind of do like an acrobatic like little jump step, or you could 5, 10, 15.
I'm gonna as acrobatically and as gracefully as my not normally graceful self can do it. And
with your bag of catcher's gear slung over your
I'm
shoulder.
like kind of like bundled up with a bunch of random junk. It's mid as I like try to
it's mid.
I try to, like,
it's mid.
Get onto this vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, you make it.
Great.
You make it up. It was not pretty, but and that gets you 20 feet of movement. And each of the cars is effectively 10 feet wide for the purpose of like spaces and stuff. So you could get as far as like the hood of the next car if you wanted to use the last 10 feet of your movement.
Sure. Is there any way that like instead of like the hood, I could kind of scale towards the top of the Impala, just like the roof area?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I want to kind of like be there so I can kind of see everything.
Yeah.
But still be pretty far away from everything.
You run. You manage to scramble up onto the Aston Martin and ka-chunk, ka-chunk, stomping on the hood of the Aston Martin as you like jump up across to the roof of the Impala and land there with your fun.
Ro just watched you run away and then just like run over that car.
As I'm climbing super ungracefully on this vehicle, I'm just like yelling apologies while I'm doing it. And as I finally climb onto the Impala, I just kind of like turn around and be like, just watch out for it. Hey, you guys are doing a wonderful job. Keep up the good work. As I just like stand there, waiting to see what happens next.
Yep. As you get yourself scrambled up there with everybody. The zombies are now next. So first off, the zombie that's kind of here squished in by the car is going to absolutely charge right towards the sound of the gunshot, squeezing and working its way through. That's going to take 10. It is just barely going to scramble its way right over here and just get to you, Dr. Hermes Sanguine, as the zombie you shot in the face comes lunging up to you, jaw dangling to one side, and just haphazardly slams its fist towards you. You're able to absolutely effortlessly just like lean right out of the way, as it is absolutely not in a good place to be swinging. And then the other one is charging towards Frankie. It is going to continue to follow him. And it has just enough movement to get into the other side there. Also lunging towards Frankie. What's your AC, Frankie?
13.
What was that?
13.
13, yeah. You are able to quickly just shrug it off as you feel these claws like sinking down into like the back of your jacket, but you're able to quickly just pull yourself away, ripping yourself out of the clutches of this zombie. And all the rest of the zombies are dead, and that leaves us with Ro, standing now alone with a ferocious owlbear charging towards you.
Yeah, she's just gonna be like, okay. And she is going to look at the owlbear, and she is going to she's gonna look at the owlbear and just kind of put her hand out, and be like, you want to go the other way, and she's gonna cast command on it.
Ooh. All right, so I think this is the first time we get in the spell. So could you read the text for us here for command?
Yes, I can. You speak a one-word command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. Choose the command from these options.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure they changed it a little bit. So it's
I'm commanding it to flee.
yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure there was one that did it. Okay.
Yeah, the target spends its turn moving away from you by the fastest available means.
Sweet. And what's the save it has to make?
Well, it's a wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw for a beast. The owlbear got a 15.
Yep. Saved. Yep, it saved.
So yeah, it just right in your face in response.
Guys, I asked it to leave and it didn't work. So
And it didn't work.
I enjoyed the fact that your roar build lined up perfectly with the sound effect roar that was music, and it just like it was just
I did it on purpose.
yeah, it's all
High quality DMing right there.
and then Ro, when this fails, is going to start running toward the west.
Yep. With the rest of the group, using
Yes.
the full movement speed, I assume.
Yeah. Yeah, let it yeah, whatever.
Let her rip. Yeah. And you have 30 movement speed, right? Yeah. As a
Yes.
human, so I think everybody has 30 movement speed, right? Is there anybody who doesn't, just for ease of?
I'm not gonna lie, where do I see
Kurt?
that on the character page?
I have
Character
35.
sheet, it's in the top row. It's right next to proficiency.
Like kind of
35.
top middle.
Oh, 30 speed, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Kurt, so you have 35. Okay, so Kurt, hypothetically, you could have gotten one more square. I was counting for 30. Okay, just
That's
FYI.
exactly where I
Perfect. Alrighty. So yeah, it didn't work, Ro, and she charges off with the rest of the group, not only catching up but surpassing them as she's like, nope, I'm going this way too. And Kai 9, as Ro has just run past you there, what are we doing?
I'm gonna turn to the beast, pull out my Harry Potter wand, and quickly go Somnaris, and cast sleep on it.
Ooh.
Okay.
What is sleep?
The
currently
text
do?
on sleep says each creature of your choice within a 5-foot radius sphere centered on the point within range must succeed a wisdom saving throw, DC 13 in this case, or have the incapacitated condition until the end of its next turn, at which point it must repeat the save. If it fails the second save, the target gets the unconscious condition for the duration.
Ooh, that's much better than old generation sleep.
Yes, it is.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, if this is the same text as the first version of sleep, it's gonna just not do anything.
No, it is a
Astronomically
must-take
better.
spell now.
Okay, cool. So wisdom saving throw, right?
Wisdom 13.
It got an 11.
Yeah, it did. Incapacitated.
So what's the visual flavor?
So the visual flavor here is do the quick swish of the wand sort of glows, and as it does, you see like ghostly melodic notes kind of float by as sort of a lullaby sort of settles in on the creature as it falls asleep, or starts to fall asleep. Right now it's looking sort of woozy as it's starting to head to sleep.
And it starts to teeter and you hear it almost like the bellowing screech as it was yelling at Ro as you ran away, kind of like extends and just turns into this like long yawning sort of howl. So it's incapacitated, right? So it'll
Yes.
not have its next turn.
Correct.
Where-
And at the end of
Alright.
its turn, it has to make another save, and if it fails, it is
It
unconscious.
goes the whole way down. Yep. Sweet.
Is there any like text based on if we do anything to it?
Yes. So the spell ends if the target takes any damage, or if someone within 5 feet of it takes an action to shake it awake on to end the spell's effect.
Cool. So damage or an action. Sweet.
Yep.
Ro's
All
gonna,
right.
Rose gonna turn around and be like, "Oh, I just need a wand."
I do find that is a very helpful. It seems to be an integral part of magic in this in the world. I would think you guys know that.
No, we don't. This is new for me, so.
You didn't see Harry Potter? Lord of the Rings.
And with that, we cut to Agent Knox, who actually is right there next to you guys hearing this conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch magic happen, I guess. Just like look at my gun and see the danger kitty or whatever just came charging at us, like fall asleep. And then I'm gonna turn around and see these two guys surrounded by these zombies and just kind of like assess the situation and be like, all right, we gotta get out of here. And I'm gonna run over, and as I run over, I'm gonna say, stop making so much noise, go quiet. And then I'm gonna run up behind this the zombie that's on Dr. Hermes, and I'm gonna give it the old 1-2, because I can do an unarmed strike with my bonus action as a monk. So
yeah, so charging up on that one that's just finished swinging violently like a wild haymaker at Dr. Hermes. It kind of stumbles forward, and then you absolutely clap it right in the back of the head for 9 damage as it you hear a snapping, popping sound. And
is it still standing?
We're about to find out. You did 9 damage to it? Yeah, so you literally see and hear a snap as the head goes forward. You can see literally vertebrae sticking out. It is straight up separated. And then the head just as it is at 1 hit point.
All right, yeah. So as I continue and I'm moving as I do this strike, I even though I hit the first time, I still follow through and second strike.
This is why you double tap.
Yep, always.
Because that should have been enough damage to kill it.
All right, 30-20.
Damn.
Yeah, obviously a 20 hits for 4 damage.
The 4 damage is going to be your problem.
Yeah, I know.
And yeah, you clock it again, and it just and the head just spins around and lands back right side up, but now looking at you.
So backwards.
If it's okay, so you have an ability that if I land an unarmed strike with Tavern Brawler, I can push it 5 feet. Now, does that have to be like an inline direction, or can I
So the game, it's a little bit indeterminate.
Oh God, you turn the head around?
Of course. No, you turned the head around.
It's a nice touch.
Yeah, so generally, as far as I can tell, it's supposed to be 5 feet away from you. I think they intended for it to be 5 feet in a straight line.
That's what I was thinking too. I just wanted to clarify since it's a thing I'm going to be doing often.
Rather than it being a grapple and like a judo, like rather than being like I'm grabbing onto your shirt and yoinking you, I think it's supposed to be part of the impact.
Cool. I'm not going to utilize that ability.
You don't want to knock him right into Hermes?
No. I'm going to. I'm actually just going to stay there. With the rest of my movement, because battle tactics.
Sorry, I accidentally bumped a mute button for a half a second when I was moving the camera. What did you say you're going to do? I just heard battle tactics.
Oh, I was just going to say I'm going to stay where I'm at.
There we go. Okay.
My movement.
That's what I thought you. That's what I thought you were doing. I just wanted to confirm that because it was like the split second where you actually said is what you were doing is when I accidentally bumped the mute button on my headphones.
All good.
All right, sweet.
That'll be my turn.
So we are all tactic in position. We've got this zombie with the head spinning around, stuck between you. And before we get to the top of the order, I'm gonna have everybody here quickly make a perception check. Some of your Kurt will be at advantage. Kai 9 and Ro will be at disadvantage. And actually, also Nox will be at disadvantage.
All right. So passive perception, or are we just like...
just a perception. So just
Okay,
roll.
perception.
It should be in the middle there. You should have like perception plus whatever. Roll it.
Not 20.
And that 20
My advantage, yeah.
with the advantage. Yeah, this makes sense. So we've got Frankie got a 15. Dr. Sanguine got a 16. Rev got a 23. All right. So anybody who got a 15 or higher, here's some sort of a little bit of a noise coming from the east. Almost a sort of higher pitched little bit of a yelping sound. And Kurt, from your position, you can actually see some ruffled movement in the wreckage of your van. Like almost like there's like some shuffling around underneath like one of the seats or something.
All right.
And then the owlbear makes its saving throw here. It got a 3 on its wisdom save, so it is down for the count. Yes?
You know what they say, don't poke a sleeping bear.
But
Where's the
I've
fun
poked
in
plenty
that?
of sleeping owls, so...
As it just tumbles over onto its back
Oh, he's so cute.
and starts snoring.
Oh, great.
Nailed it.
Ooh. So good.
So it is now absolutely with like a thump asleep. And it is back to Hermes. Hermes, Frankie, and Rev.
Okay. Considering that he had said go quiet, stop making so much noise, and I just watched the owlbear fall asleep, I'm going to conserve my ammunition, and I am going to attack the zombie that's directly behind me, even though it's only 1 HP, because I know I do get a... since I shot it with my pistol, I get advantage on my next attack roll against that creature. Before
With
the end
Vex,
of my
because
turn.
you have Vex. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm going to use my dagger for the first time.
Okay, yeah.
See how that goes, because it's very close range.
Absolutely. So whirling around, stabbing it with the dagger. Yeah,
Okay,
15
so
absolutely
that's a hit.
hits.
I think it was
Minimum
technically a
damage.
but still.
And then,
Yeah,
oh, do I roll it?
advantage
Do I roll it?
flanking.
Do I roll it twice if it's or was that just to hit? It's a
Just to hit.
advantage. Okay,
Yeah.
and then
Yep.
I know I can do second wind to heal myself, I guess.
Yep. And so yeah,
Is it
you
bonus
lunge,
action?
you stab the zombie in what is now the back of its head, and you literally see your knife slice down into the skull and come ripping back out, and it just like it jerks and teeters like it's about to go down, but keeps on going
Oh shit!
as it keeps rolling high on its undead fortitude. The zombies just won't die.
We need more damage.
It was a
Yeah.
poor decision to switch to knives.
You say this out loud. It was a poor decision to switch to the knife, I think.
Just hit it harder.
Yeah, so yeah, you
Use
can
my
absolutely, and so you can use your second wind. You said, yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
So you can use
alright,
second wind as a
so,
bonus action to heal yourself. So
and
quickly taking a
I
deep
probably
breath
should
and
have
recovering.
healed him while he was right next to me, but I had that zombie right there and thought I was going to be able to take him out. I apologize. What do I hit for this? Just roll the.
Yep,
Why am I rolling damage for a second?
it just says damage because it's damage, but you're going to heal that much.
Okay, damage 11.
So you're going to heal 11 hit points. So you are back to full
Nice. So heal.
as you just take like
Don't
a
put my
sudden
turn
deep
at
breath.
9.
And so, from a flavor perspective, Chris, what is this? What is this for you as with your Army veteran and doctor experience?
Oh, for second wind.
Yeah.
Second wind. I think it's gonna be hold on, is it magical or is it?
No, it's not magical. You are explicitly not magical as a fighter. This is just
Okay,
you like
all right.
either like taking like a nice deep breath, collecting yourself, or maybe you're like literally like I'm gonna quickly wrap my arm up.
I'm thinking a mix of. You ever had somebody angrily wash a dish at you? You know what I mean? You ever had that?
Angrily wash a dish at
angrily
you.
All the time.
bandaging my arm while I'm looking at something, pumping myself up. Like I didn't die back there. I ain't dying right now. I got people I gotta get home to. You know what I mean? Like, went through 3 shifts in a row with no relief at the hospital. You think I can't handle this shit?
Fantastic. And are you holding position?
I probably should move.
Remember, if you leave their melee range, they will get a free attack against you as you do so.
Oh, okay. Then,
You can run a circle around them if you were to hypothetically able to do that, but there's one on each side, so you're going to do it anyways, no matter which way
jump
you
up
go.
onto the car, or would that be?
So it would still. So if you jumped up onto the
still
car,
do
you would
that.
still be leaving, even if you were to go here, right? That would be within range of this one still, but you would be leaving this one's range, so he would get a free attack on you.
So no matter what, I'm going to get.
Yeah, yeah. At this point, if you were
I
to
might
move,
just stay.
the only space you could move is where Frankie is, that you
Yeah.
wouldn't get the opportunity attack.
So I'll stay where I am.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe trying to keep some of the heat off of Frankie. Whose turn it is?
Exactly.
Frankie takes out his stiletto and stabs at this one here. Oops, that was...
Are you going after that one?
And mouse
That's the
back.
one that was chasing him. So
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair.
Oh, I guess I should.
roll the roll.
Yeah. No, just thematically.
We're actually gonna play Dungeons and Dragons without dice, everybody.
Oh, great.
You just tell me whether you succeeded or failed on everything.
Love
In
it.
my head,
So
I
much
rolled
better
a
at this one.
5.
All right, so you got a 7 to hit, which I think is the first time we absolutely whiff on these. You, not being a formally trained fighter in any way, shape, or form, pull out your emergency stiletto, and as you go to try to stab this guy, you get the knife, and as it comes out towards him, it just goes right through his palm, and it's stuck. Like, as he's starting to flush in towards you, and you just barely manage to yoink it out, and not have your stiletto lost from you. You barely managed to keep hold of it, as it just gets like stuck in the sinews and knotty tendons of this thing's fingers. Yeah, you don't hit.
Well, that's all I can do. So
You hit him, but it
Okay.
didn't.
I did my very best.
Level 1 is rough.
Yeah.
Yep.
It only gets better from here.
Succeed on this encounter and make it away safely, and we're level 2.
Woo.
That's not Richard.
All right, Rev.
All right. So initially, kind of thinking that this like whimpering sort of noise was coming from further off, but as I kind of get like a better listen, I realize that it's coming from like the wreckage of my van.
Mm-hmm.
And that concerns me a little bit because I don't remember leaving anything living in my van. I don't remember bringing any of my children with me or anything like that. So, but my parental like instinct kicks in, and I'm like, maybe I did. And so, it's one of those things. And so I'm like,
Has my
maybe
kid been
somebody's-
in this van for 8 years?
Yeah, right. No,
Got it, Jack.
but like maybe there is somebody trapped here, and
Sure.
so I'm gonna kind of like slide off the front of the Impala, possibly denting the hood along the way. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me an acrobatics check to find out whether you dent the hood.
Swear to God.
I'm sorry. I apologize, sir. Yeah, probably. So as I like jump from the roof to the hood, I just leave these like footprints as I continue my way to
No.
the burned out vehicle. Sorry, Dr. Hermes. There might be a child who's in danger. But as I slide down to the van, I would like to try to like pull some things off, try to see if I can find out where this sound is originating
Yeah.
from.
So that will be, I believe it's called an investigation check now. If you look into the actions section on your character sheet, there's a specific action for that
Yeah.
sort of thing now. They've kind of, in this new update, they've explicitly spelled out all sorts of actions. Something we actually noticed in our other game last night. Things like trying to persuade the bad guys to chase you actually is now a specific action in combat.
So I think
Like there
it's
is like persuade
So
actions.
in
You can-
action,
probably the search action.
Yes, this would be the search action for sure.
So the search action has 4 options. It's insight if you're searching a creature's state of mind,
so
medicine
perception.
for an ailment or cause of death,
Nope.
perception for a concealed creature or object,
And what's the fourth one?
or
Investi-
survival for tracks. For
Yeah, this one will be
tracks or food.
perception. Perception for sure.
So perception check. That makes
Yeah.
me feel much better.
As you like start to reach into the van and start to like scoot some of the wrecked seats and stuff out of the way.
Oh.
That's another nat
Oh, yeah.
20.
As you quickly like scoot away one of the bench seats that appears to be like no longer really attached, you see a little, probably about the size of a basketball, a little ball of brown and white feathers that's shuffling and making little yelping noises.
Oh.
Does this thing look like the big thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
No
yeah.
need to answer.
We
Just
got-
keep it.
Does
We've
it look
gotta-
like Frank?
Do not steal the owlbear's cub.
It looks half like Frankie.
Listen, I don't. But an owlbear baby pet would be so cool.
I kind of thought you guys were going to kill it first. I didn't realize that that sleep was now so potent. I did not know that was an option on the table. So I thought it was going to be, oh, we just killed this thing's mom.
I'm your new mom now.
Mom, I'm back as baby.
Baby owlbear. Oh man,
But
I'm
mama's
pretty
asleep like
sure-
50 feet away.
Find
There's
pets
like-
later.
there's like a whole, like, oh man.
Knock
I think
around
this
the
scene's in
owlbear
Baldur's
mom
Gate
chases
3.
us the
pretty
entire
sure.
camp.
Yep.
I'm gonna.
I will
Oh,
remind
no,
you, you have
Jeff,
used your
Jeff.
action. You have used your action to uncover it.
Sure.
So you only have your bonus action and your movement left.
I mostly moved to that spot.
Right.
Yeah.
You've done 5,
um,
10, 15. Yeah, 20. You've used 25 movement to get into. Here, I'll update you into the wreckage there. To where you've like
so
moved
this
the
is
seat out of the way.
like significant enough, and this is like an actual creature. That this is not like object interaction.
This is
right?
absolutely not a free
Okay.
object interaction. This thing's probably like
All
20, 30, maybe 40
I'm-
pounds. This
I would
sucker's like the
point
size
out-
of. This is like the size of a large beagle.
Well, no, hold on. You said basketball at first.
Curled up.
I would point
Okay,
out
true.
that
Yeah,
you are
true.
the most
Maybe.
likely to have a bag on you for carrying basketballs.
I do specifically have a bag for sports stuff currently on my
Meant to
person,
be.
You know, right? Yeah.
Even-
So
Yeah, I guess maybe a bit bigger, maybe a little bit bigger than a basketball, but
Yeah,
it's
I don't
definitely
have-
dense. It's going to be heavy.
All right, I don't have an action to actually do anything with it right now, but I entirely intend on confiscating an owlbear baby, which means
Which
We probably
means
have to
we're
kill
gonna be
this
tracked
thing,
by
so-
which means we're gonna be tracked by an owlbear if we try to leave.
If we
Wonder-
leave it here, it's gonna die. There's zombies and its mom is asleep. If we leave the mom
Yeah, we
here,
can't
she's
leave it
gonna
to
die.
die.
There's zombies.
like
and
I
it's gonna-
I can't just leave it for dead.
Yeah.
But I guess so. The option is
Give
running
me
away.
a quick
leaving it-
perception check as well, Kurt.
Another one. All right.
Another one.
Oh, that's still pretty good. Not that 20.
Yeah. You can see that there are more zombies starting to pour out the entrance to the mall.
All
Like
right,
probably another squad of about a dozen of them are starting to
I'm gonna call.
slowly
I'm gonna
shamble
yell
their
out.
way out this direction.
All right, I'm gonna yell out at this point and be like, "I found a baby one, and look, there's more coming." Pointing to the zombies. Then.
Yes, it seems that zombiness can affect people of all ages and sizes. You should just kill it and move along. Let's move along, people. Let's move along.
And with that, it is now the zombies' turn. The one whose head has just gotten spun around and is facing back towards Agent Knox. Oh, I'm sorry, Knox. This fight's just mean to you. I'm assuming a 19 hits
A 19 definitely.
for 8 bludgeoning damage.
Nox goes down.
Knox
As
got
this
knocked.
time the zombie absolutely does not whiff. If you guys have been trying to beat this thing up over and over again and it just won't go down, and it's just boom, whirls around, backhanding you right across the face as Nox tumbles to the ground at 0 hit points, unconscious, and starting to bleed out. Meanwhile, the other one lunges, literally trying to headbutt Frankie. It's 20 to hit for 4 bludgeoning damage, as it literally just slams its bony forehead right into your nose.
Oh, I go down as well.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Great balls of fire.
With 2 players unconscious, Ro, what are we doing?
As they go down, I'm gonna turn around and be like, okay, and I don't.
Wrong one. There we go.
Yeah, I guess I'll just. I'm gonna run back toward. I'm gonna run back toward this kind of right where Nox is down.
Right there?
Yeah. And I am going to. I guess I'll just kind of lash out with my dagger earrings. I'm just gonna pull them out again and just kind of stab it.
Yeah. In a rage, lunging out, stabbing the one that downed him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as Ro turns around, seeing the other person who seems to have maybe come from the organization that she's attached to, already starting to form some sort of a semblance of a bond and a connection there. A 23 obviously hits for 4 damage.
Oh my god.
Relentless.
Yeah, it got a 22, so it did not go down as this thing just refuses to die.
Oh man.
You have a bonus action?
Yeah. Yeah, I can. Who's after me? I can't.
K9 and then Agent
Okay.
Knox.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to turn to K9 and be like, you know what to do. You can do this. Please help us. And I'm gonna give him Bardic Inspiration.
Absolutely. There we go. Bardic Inspiration is live, folks.
Yay.
We've got a bard, baby.
Is that a D6 worth of inspiration? At this
Yeah.
level?
What, what exactly?
That
does
is
do
a
again?
D6, yeah.
So Bardic Inspiration. Oh, I'll let you describe your own features. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, as a bonus action, you can inspire other creatures within 60 feet. The creature gains 1 of your Bardic Inspiration dice. That's a D6. Once within the next hour, when the creature fails a D20 test, the creature can roll the Bardic Inspiration die and add the number rolled to the total, potentially turning failure into a success.
So yeah, you get to see that you failed and then choose to add it. And
Okay.
then it is your turn.
Oh no! Oh no! Can't! No, this is not how this can go. We can't go like this. No! I'm gonna turn and cast Ray of Frost at the most weakened zombie.
The one that's been having its head spin around in circles. Yeah.
22 to hit. Pretty sure
Yeah.
that hits.
Yeah. For sure.
Only 4 damage, which means it's gonna stay up.
Gosh.
So I'll still get a roll for posterity's sake.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a 17.
Yeah, on a DC 4 or whatever it is, because
Well, it's 4 plus 5. It's plus 5.
Okay, so a DC 9.
A DC 9. So like there, it could fail a 9.
This one zombie in particular.
Yeah, this is
Right.
how this goes. So they're unconscious. Is it an item interaction to drag an unconscious body? Or is it an action? I suppose it's probably an action.
They are a player. They are not an item until
Not
they.
beat yet.
Until
I
they're
say
dead.
once they die, they are. If once they die, they're an object.
Once they're
When
dead,
they're
Yeah.
still living, they are a creature.
they're-
I will move my squishy wizard, who's actually probably not that squishy, relative to the level 1 party, to this spot here.
Yeah, absolutely. Squeezing right into the fight.
Yep, and getting in the way of the like trying to use my body to block the zombies from getting to one of the downed players,
Absolutely.
or trying to. All the while, he's just constantly blabbering something like, "Need to save the temporal anomalies. The anomalies are are imperative."
The anomalies are imperative. The anomalies are imperative. And then with that, I think we have our first death save.
You know it.
Oh my god.
All right.
Is it just a D20?
It's a D20, and you only need a 10. So you have a 55% chance on it. If
Don't
you
roll
and,
a one.
for folks at home, death saving throws. Once a player has reached 0 hit points, they are unconscious and bleeding out. On each of their turns, they will roll a d20. If they get a 10 or higher, that counts as a success. If they get a 9 or lower, it is a fail. Once they've gotten 3 successes, they are stabilized and no longer bleeding out. Still at 0 hit points, though. Once they hit 3 fails, they are dead. If a player gets a nat 20, they jump back to 1 hit point instantaneously and are immediately conscious and able to resume fighting. If they get a nat 1, it counts as 2 failures. So hypothetically, if we get to Nox's next turn with 1 fail on deck, he could die with a nat 1.
Nobody's dying.
Can I use my medical
Yes.
kit to change
Yep,
this? so he doesn't have
absolutely,
to use it?
absolutely,
Okay,
100%.
I'm assuming.
If an unconscious and
reach
bleeding out player
grab him out
takes
of death.
any amount of healing, if they gain any healing at all while they're unconscious and bleeding out, they're instantly no longer bleeding out and no longer unconscious and have however many hit points. They'll still be prone and on the ground, obviously, but yeah, this is exactly what Dr. Hermes Sanguine is here for.
Hell yeah.
And then we are back to the top with the owlbear, who is still asleep because there's nothing been done to change that.
Yep.
And then it is Hermes Sanguine.
It lasts for a minute, and as long as I have concentration.
Okay,
Perfect.
so I am going to use my my
Healer's kit.
healer's kit, or should I utilize battle medic? Well, that would make them roll a die. So no, I'm gonna just use my healing kit. That makes more sense, right?
I believe so.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna use my healing kit. I'll add one more use to that. I one more.
Oh no, Battle Medic is exactly what you do. That's how you heal people. So the healer's kit, the normal use of a healer's kit is just to stabilize somebody. It just means you
Oh.
automatically so a healer's kit can automatically make somebody just get their 3 successes essentially on their saving throws, on their death saves. With the Battle Medic feature, it says you can as an action, you can expend 1 use of your healer's kit to tend to a creature within 5 feet. They can then use one of their hit die, and you get to roll that, and they get that many plus your proficiency bonus.
Regains the number of HP equal to the roll
Yeah.
plus 2.
So the amount it heals will be dependent on who you're healing.
I'm trying to heal Nox. 'cause
Okay, so yeah, so you're going to use your healer's kit on Nox. You will need to get within 5 feet of him. There's a zombie directly between you and him.
Oh,
You are next to Frankie.
okay.
So you got Frankie right here next to you.
It's okay, man.
To the north. You got a zombie to the west, and then Nox is right here.
No one's gonna harm you.
So I can't reach Nox.
Not without
Correct.
moving.
I
Or
got
killing
two
a
more
zombie.
saves.
Right.
All right. Since I can't.
Frankie
reach
goes
him,
next on the death saves, so Frankie
Don't,
is
don't
first.
stress too hard about it.
Yeah.
I'll heal Frankie.
That's absolutely.
I'll do the battle medic, right?
Yep,
Said?
absolutely.
So
So
I gotta
Frankie,
click on
what is your hit dice?
It is a
If you
D8.
click a D8, yep. So
Actually, I do hate to use the fighter who has the best chance of hitting hard.
that is true. You do have a good chance of knocking the zombie, but
Yeah,
but Frankie is next. I mean, Frankie also
look,
can hit pretty
I'm not-
hard.
And you are a doctor.
I'm not going to die next turn. I haven't made any death saving throws yet.
But can the
so-
zombie attack him while he's doing a death saving throw?
Absolutely, and it counts as an
Yeah.
automatic fail.
Oh,
Dan-
And if it's
any-
melee, it counts as an automatic crit, which is an automatic 2 fails.
ooh.
Just
All right. So yeah.
He's bad.
This is bad.
Frankie's right next to you.
We make the choice. So you're here. You're healing Frankie. You said you were
Yeah.
going to do it. Yep. We don't need to second guess our choices or whatever.
No, I was
Healing
just
Frankie.
bad,
So
I
you
was
get to
bad.
roll a D8, Chris. You can do that
Oh,
in the
me?
bottom left of
Okay.
your. Yeah. So you get to do the roll, and this is important because you get healing rerolls, right? So if you get a 1, you get to reroll it on the
Okay.
8. So you're
So-
guaranteed like at least 4 essentially, Frankie.
I'm rolling a D8.
Yep.
I got a 1, so I'm
So
re-rolling.
re-roll. You,
Yeah.
if you get another 1, you have to take it.
That's rude.
I got 8.
Nice.
So that is going to be plus your proficiency bonus. So Frankie, you instantly, as Dr. Sanguine sees you going down, you quickly tend to Frankie, who seems to have just gotten literally just like clocked right across the face and has some sort of head trauma going on. You're able to quickly, like, I don't know how, you tell me how you're trying to stabilize it.
So I'm probably going to address the facial wound with something like some quick clot or something from my healer's kit, just so that I can make sure he doesn't bleed out, because facial wounds bleed a tremendous amount. He could literally bleed out, die. And then I'm probably going to use some smelling salts. Just real quick, slap him with the quick clot, put some smelling salts under his nose, and then when he jerks awake, I want to be like, buddy, we need you.
Yeah, so yeah, you suddenly you feel this I'd imagine for Frankie actually somewhat familiar smell of being awoken to smelling salts, having to be brought back from
first time.
unconscious.
I don't usually put them in my nose, but yeah, it works.
Oh yeah, so you get 10 hit points back. You do have to expend the use of your hit die. So if we do a short rest later, you can't heal on it. But you got 10, which
Noted.
brings you back to maximum health. And you are now conscious, on the ground, and prone. Yeah, Chris, I don't think you have any more bonus actions.
I mean, I already have full health, so
Yeah,
I
and
don't
you've already
need to
used
use
that
second
feature,
wind,
so
and I can't use the dagger or anything. But I was
Yep, that's all you
considering
got.
saying we gotta protect Agent Knox when he actually
absolutely,
gets
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Because
You
that
can,
zombie,
There you
he's
guys
already
go.
got one. So,
yeah, we gotta protect that. All right, so then it is Frankie's turn. I assume you're gonna get up.
Yes.
Frankie? Using half of your
Frankie's
movement
always
to.
up.
Frankie is going to get up in a daze, and he'll stab at the zombie to his left. Or,
Kyle, you want to
excuse
move your
me,
thing?
to my left.
My thing?
Arrow.
Oh, my arrow.
Sorry.
Stupid
The
arrow.
one near
Yep,
Knox?
Frankie.
Yeah, this one.
Hey, it went away.
They fixed it. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, so you're turning to
bad on it.
blast the one that is right there. Yeah, the one
Not
that's
blast it. I mean, I would
Stabby,
have disadvantage on Eldritch.
correct.
Blast.
Yeah. So stab it. With the stiletto that you've now just managed to, like, you're still clutching onto the stiletto that you had just barely managed to wrest out of the other zombie's hand. There's actually there's a tendon like wrapped
Oh my
around
god,
it still.
for real?
Natural ones are.
A nat
unfortunate.
one.
Oh my god.
As you scramble up to your feet, stumbling
That
hastily,
is sad.
that is absolutely sad as you frantically lunge towards this zombie. Absolutely, completely failing.
Rose is just gonna be like, maybe try the finger bang again. That was cool.
Maybe try the finger bang again. Yeah. So you just absolutely whip. Are you doing anything else on your turn, or is that's pretty much it, right?
That's pretty much all I can do. Yeah.
All right, Rev.
All right. I was really tempted to pick up this owlbear baby and take it with us, but seeing everybody kind of just have a really hard time of the last 6 seconds, I'm gonna leave the owlbear baby for now. We may readdress that situation, but I'm gonna try to get up behind the zombie that's right next to Frankie.
Yep.
While I'm running up behind this this zombie, I'm gonna like reach a hand out toward Nox and be like, "Not today, Jesus!" And I'm gonna cast a healing word.
All right, as Nox gains 5, you suddenly you hear a voice pulling you back from the brink of Reverend Curtis saying, "Not today." Although, wouldn't you say like "Not today, Satan"? Isn't that telling
Not
Jesus
today.
not today?
Yeah, sure, fine. Not today. Satan.
Oh, Jesus, not
Here,
today.
Jesus, not today.
It was more of a plea than a command.
Yeah, I realized that it's just,
Like,
yeah.
Anyways,
Jesus, please, not today.
there's an assumption being made. But anyways,
Oh,
so I reach out to attempt to heal Nox, and then as I'm running up behind this zombie, I am just getting out my baseball bat and trying to come down on the back of this zombie here
absolutely.
with a true strike.
Good.
Actually, it's...
I think we had established that True Strike might not work.
yeah, I think I fixed
right?
it. I think I fixed it.
Did we get it? Okay.
Very good. Is the Bardic Inspiration, do you re-roll it and you have to take that, or you just add a d6?
Bardic
It's
Inspiration is you add.
And it's currently on me, not on.
Oh, I thought it was
I
the...
believe that Kurt has one as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, you did. You got one last session.
I did. I did cast one on Reverend Curtis.
Gotcha.
Yep. Yeah, because you got an 8 to hit, which hits. It's a zombie.
Okay.
They're not particularly hard to hit.
AC is 8. AC is 8.
It's
We've
good
missed on
enough.
a 7. We've hit on an 8. AC is
All
8.
right.
All right.
Good
so,
enough. Did my damage come through on that one or no?
I see a 5 damage. Yeah. I see a 5 damage, and then you also rolled a 3 separately after the fact. You don't. It looks like you don't
No,
need to.
I
click your
think
damage.
that's coming through as the True Strike.
Oh, that's the extra True Strike damage. Got it. Yeah. So because True Strike does an extra D6.
But it only does an extra
Yeah.
D6
But I
after
think
level
it's
5.
Only,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it only starts at level 5, so I'm not sure
Okay.
why it's doing it now. But
We're gonna
yeah.
ignore it either way. You should be getting a D6 plus 3 for the damage with True Strike because you have a plus 3 for Wisdom.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
So 5 makes sense. It is radiant damage though, so if that matters. I don't know if it matters right now, but
Absolutely, it matters because you just clock the zombie. Not actually particularly hard, but it's just like there's like a flash of light as the bat hits the zombie in the back of the head, and it just immediately collapses. Just instantaneous collapse.
okay. Let's see. How much more movement do I have?
Like
Oh,
you know
like
the baseball bat in Super Smash Brothers, and you hear the nice the nice ding, and there's a flash.
love the baseball
Yeah,
bat.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so realistically,
metal ting.
actually,
With any rest of my
Actually, it
movement, I'm
happens
just
more
gonna
like that.
continue. I was gonna continue heading west.
Fallout 4
Nice.
Heads are rolling.
Nice.
As his head rolls away, though, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. I was just
as the body is still, the rest of the body is still like slowly crumpling to the ground.
Yeah.
And that is it. So you got your bonus action healing word and True Strike smacking this zombie to poop.
Yeah. Any more movement? I'm just gonna keep going west, though. I don't know if you heard me.
Yeah, that one is absolutely.
So whatever, however far that takes me.
Because you already had, let me see, took you 10 to 50. So it was 25 to get there. So 30, you could be like basically even there in that row. You only had 10 feet of movement left at that point because you had to use the extra 5 to get out of the van.
Yep. So that's fine. I just whatever's left. I'm just gonna keep because we're heading.
Keep heading west. Taking a wide path around that owlbear, who is taking a nice nap in the middle of the parking lot.
Nothing to do with that one. I would have loved to keep the other one, but that ship has sailed. So
everybody else has said otherwise.
Mental snapshot.
Has it? Has it? You could go back. Like
sailed. I mean,
mental snapshot.
Zombie, you know what I mean?
Chris, could you actually move your mic a little closer? All right, and then it is Rose's turn. Seeing all this chaos around you, people going down, people getting back up, bardic inspirations flying from you. There's still one zombie. One single zombie with one hit point left that you guys can't remove.
Yeah, I am going to I'm gonna look at Rev and be like, okay, I think I can do that. And then I am gonna cast Word of Radiance.
Ooh. Oop. Update camera. There we go.
Looks so happy on the ground.
I am very happy. I am smiling.
So Word of Radiance, it has to roll a saving throw, right?
Yes, it is a Constitution saving throw.
Probably
Burning
DC 13.
Yep.
It succeeds.
Wonderful.
So yeah, as this ray of light shows up, the zombie just happens to stutter right just out of the way as this beam of light. You can tell me exactly how it looks, but as it actually it doesn't even move out of the way. It just like seems to just step right through it, however it looks.
Yeah, it's just going to be kind of this beam of white light that comes out and you know heads toward the zombie and kind of just pierces right through it. But
gotcha. Coming out of her hands or
coming out of her eyes?
Her eyeballs. These are eye beams. Yeah. Glowing. She got Superman laser beams. Are they just white, like a white light though? Like a white laser or
this one's white.
Like
yeah, this one's white. Yeah, specifically.
All right. Anything else before K9 goes?
I'm not gonna move. I think I'm good. Yeah.
All right. All right, Kyle. Can you bring us home?
Yeah, we have just the one zombie left.
One zombie with one hit point left. Technically, you all do see at this point there is another horde of them starting to pour out of the mall entrance to the southeast, about 100 feet away. And obviously they're shuffling kind of slowly, but the commotion has started to draw them through the mall and out the entrance.
Since you all seem ambulatory, we should leave now. Leave now. Leave now. Leave now. And I'm gonna cast minor illusion to create the shape of a box around the zombie. So the zombie appears to be trapped inside of a box that is completely opaque on all sides. Leave now. Now is the time to leave. And I'm gonna turn and leave immediately to the west. All 30 of my feet, all 30 of my movement feet to the west.
Ooh. Ooh. Is there a specific mechanic for the illusions now? I feel like they probably added some specific explicit things for that.
So
we
I'll
can
read
double
off the-
check. I mean, it's obviously
read
it's
off
going to
the-
work on this zombie, but
Sure, I can read off the text if you'd like. So you create a sound or an image of an object within range that lasts for the duration. It must fit inside of a 5-foot cube. The illusion ends if I cast the spell again. It lasts for a minute. If the creature takes a study action to examine the sound or image, the creature can determine that it is an illusion with a successful intelligence investigation check against your spell save DC. If the creature discerns that it's an illusion, the illusion becomes faint to the creature.
Gotcha.
So as far as literally all of you are concerned at the moment, it is a solid box surrounding the
made of
zombie.
what?
I'm gonna make it a steel box. It looks very sturdy.
Solid steel box. Absolutely. Also worth noting, game mechanic wise, opportunity attacks, which is what the zombie gets to take if you leave melee range, can only occur if it can see you.
Perfect.
Yep. I
So
gave us all
even-
a free get out of jail free card here. Everybody
So-
leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, so suddenly this metal box materializes surrounding the zombie. K9 takes off heading west or northwest, right? We know
Yeah,
ultimately we're heading
toward-
north.
Yes, toward where I know the exit toward the highway is.
Yeah. I'll make it there so we can see it. Just kind of skirting around the owlbear to make sure you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see basically the road that leads up and away to the highway, leading away from the mall parking lot, straight ahead about 100 feet across the parking lot from where K9 is. And then at this point, is everybody hastily running away? Is there anybody who's doing anything different?
Good question, Curtis. Is there anyone who's doing anything different?
So,
Well,
So
there's a
as
that crossed
the
my
group-
mind.
I'll say as the group scrambles themselves together, seeing the metal box, we all start to head away.
But
You all
I
tell me.
believe
You all
that-
tell me. We can kind of be out of combat unless somebody's actually trying to do something combat related. We don't need to do initiative order anymore at this point.
Okay.
Getting up, running away.
I'm leaving.
Yeah,
Are we
everybody's
taking
getting up.
this owl
Yeah,
bear,
I-
man? What are we doing?
I like pause for a half a second as everybody runs away just to like contemplate the not only the baby owlbear but the fact that we just like left this tortured soul, and like I want to just end it for them, but realizing all the other zombies are coming, and then there's just like this sleeping beast. So yeah, I just like pause for half a second and then I just chase after everyone else.
Yeah, a quick pause for half a second. Contemplate putting the head of that zombie in your bag.
Oh no I don't I don't want to bring any.
No, I already did that.
I'm already apologizing to like desecrating this thing, but
And with that, as we quickly, as a group, start shuffling our way across the parking lot, following K9 towards the highway entrance, or towards the exit towards the highway, we ultimately have succeeded on our first combat and made it out. And we will be resuming as we head on the road after this break.
Everybody.
Nice job, everybody.
Thank you.
And we are back, folks, as we have succeeded on our first ever combat here in the Arcane Apocalypse. Our players have successfully fended off a zombie horde and neutralized a mother owlbear who, as we discovered, was charging in to save her baby cub. I assume they're called cubs. I don't actually know. What's a baby owl called? Does anybody know?
An owlet.
Owlet? A cabowlet. Okay.
That was very fast.
So this is a cabowlet.
It's a cublet. It's a
A
cublet.
cublet. A cublet. There we go. I like that. I like that. A cublet. All right. So the owlbear cublet was in what was the remnants, the rusted, falling apart remnants of Reverend Curtis's van. Now the group makes their way, starting to essentially follow Kai 9 towards the highway headed west, where he's described that they're heading to meet his creator. And we open scene with the group basically marching up a highway entrance ramp, kind of zigzagging amongst rusted, beaten up cars, working their most of them kind of like shoved off to the side, but some spots where you have to climb over top and scramble.
Sure. Kai 9's speakers are going to kind of click to life as he starts to play the traveling song from the Lord of the Rings soundtrack. The dun 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 dun.
Classic.
As he
Don't play any more notes of that.
Yep. As he continues to move along.
You're such a good singer, it'll trip the copyright infringement.
I doubt that's true. Pretty sure I can get away with it.
Yes, as the group starts marching along, but I'm assuming you're playing the actual like audio file, right?
Yes, exactly.
Like straight up hearing the actual horns
Yep.
and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Is that? Should we? We'll be all right. Yeah, that's probably safe.
Does anybody know what's going on?
I was just thinking the exact same thing. Like, what the heck?
Can anybody explain? Kai, you seem to have some knowledge of things like Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. Do you know what's going on?
I know quite a few things and quite a few not things. It seems that I'm having a difficulty accessing some of the deeper parts of my memory banks.
So where are we going?
Technology never works when you want it to.
We're going 40 miles to the west to see the wizard. We're off to see the wizard. And now the music switches immediately to that of Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Wait. Hold on a second. We're in Kansas, aren't we?
No. In actually, out of character. Are we in Kansas?
Yep.
Or what was Kansas?
Yep. We are about.
forgot.
I want to say like 10 miles west of Topeka.
I was gonna say no, but yes, we are in Kansas. So
this is just a bad dream.
Yeah, we're kind of near the middle of Kansas, where it kind of the eastern half is super low lying and is essentially an extension of like the Mississippi River Valley, and then the west it starts to like kind of go up into the elevated plateaus and stuff leading into the Rockies. So
he'll turn to look at you and be like, we are in Kansas. I suppose that's why you have this little dog Toto, and a little minor illusion of a little hound will start to jump around you.
I'm gonna start losing it a little bit. Not like super outwardly, but like that this is just like some weird fever dream. Some kind of weird amalgamation of the Wizard of Oz and like, did I fall asleep at the wheel driving home or something? I'm like, I don't know what's what anymore.
I can assure you that this is not the Wizard of Oz, although we are off to see a wizard in Kansas, so I can understand the how your brain might conflate the two things. However, you are temporal anomalies in a space out of your normal time. You have experienced the effects of the thaumaturgic aether, and it seems to have been changing you at a subatomic level. Welcome to your new reality.
Did any of you guys understand
It's changing us?
what he just said?
It's changing you and everything else around you and the entirety of all things. You look confused.
Did anyone else get that? Maybe
I have no idea what he just said.
Sounded like we shifted through time and now everything about our beings are changing. Is that what I'm getting from what you just said?
I'm not comfortable with changing on a subatomic level. That generally doesn't go well.
That sounds like how I might expect somebody to explain it to a child. Yes.
As you say that, Knox is gonna shoot you a dirty look, and he's going to kind of like straighten up his back and go into like almost like a prayer stance. He's gonna clap his hands together and like close his eyes and go through like a sensing his body, and just like feel normal. Does anybody feel different?
Feel normal. I feel very different. I feel very different from how I was before. So maybe somebody could tell me why I'm so thirsty and why I feel and why I want to cry.
As a
So
doctor,
I
I
already
have
told
needed
you.
to ask why you never drank water.
I never needed to.
Yeah, that was a weird thing you said.
Well, I never needed to drink water.
What do you mean you never needed to drink water?
It wasn't a part of my programming.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You are those purple eyes contacts?
Contacts. I've heard of contacts. They're things you put in your eyes. Right?
Yeah, like people use them to like, change colors. Like
No.
those are your natural eyes.
They are. Yes.
Natural is maybe perhaps stretching the term.
They.
It's probably nothing.
Well, we're on this like road though to find this person you were talking about, this wizard or whatever.
Yes.
How long are we walking for?
40 miles. Well, 39.4 miles, based off of my current calculations on the distance we traveled so far and the current placement of the sun. We should arrive there sometime around tomorrow morning.
You're gonna walk all night.
That's a.
I'm assuming that we're going to walk all night because I'm a robot and I can do that. You guys will have to tell me that you can't.
In character,
Hey,
actually, is that a thing that autonomes have as a function? They don't have to sleep. Or...
Correct. They don't
okay.
have to actively sleep. When they take a long rest, they do not lose consciousness. They have something called let me see what it's called. The feature is called Sentry's Rest. And when I take a long rest, you can spend 6 hours inactive, motionless, and instead of sleeping, you remain conscious.
Sweet.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but 40 miles in a day seems like quite a bit. Hey, it's Ro, right?
Yeah.
You were mentioning about. Hold on one second. I'm like reach into my bag. I'm gonna like
owlbear cub.
no, I don't. But I'm gonna pull out like some like water bottles, and I'm just gonna like start tossing them to people, and be like, "Here's some water," and I have just like some water bottles, and I'm gonna start throwing them
Oh
around.
my god, he's props.
I love it.
I am going to like
Does
go out of my
anybody
way
see
to
any water?
grab the first water bottle that he pulls up and just instinctively like drink it. And it's going to be very much like she's going to kind of pull the water bottle, like drink from it and be like, well, that's weird. But I feel a lot better. Thank you, Rev.
Yeah, don't go too crazy because that's all I have. But
like I still feel thirsty, so I'm just gonna.
yeah, I mean,
But we only have so much. I get it.
Drink
Okay.
up. I only have, approximately 4 liters.
But does anybody know why I'm
Never drank water before.
If you're feeling different, I would again say that the thaumaturgic aether that permeates the entirety of reality these days deeply affects you you flesh beings.
Would it
But I'm-
possibly
I'm-
cure
I
someone
wasn't
of
a flesh.
syphilis? Asking for a friend.
Roll a
my.
d20, Frankie.
Damn
It's D&D right here. Rolling for syphilis. Very
You-
mid roll.
Deception?
That seems good.
What?
What was it?
I said a d20.
So it's an 8 he got then.
So you got an 8? Yeah, you still have syphilis.
Oh, damn it.
I only have so many uses of this med kit, buddy.
The hell med kit do you have?
I'm like reach back in my bag and be like, I have some like gauze if that helps. I've never
That's how I
had
got into this.
I've never
mess.
had syphilis, so I don't know.
Gauze is how I got
Oh, me
into
neither.
this mess. That's an interesting statement.
That
as
was
well.
a little judgmental, Rev.
Yeah. I wasn't judgmental. I'm just saying I don't know.
And I don't either.
Oh, fair enough.
Does anybody know how to fix syphilis?
I'm
mean,
certain
I
we
do.
can find a
I'm
book of it.
doctor.
I'm certain we can find a book
Historical.
on general medicine at the Wizards Tower.
I mean, it's a simple inoculation, but I
Well,
don't know.
let's not get too hung up on it. It's not like any of us has syphilis.
Fair enough.
All right.
Probably.
So
He's just staring at y'all.
there's like this awkward tension.
So,
Here we go.
so,
So,
I'm
how about
I'm
this
curious.
wizard?
So, but
I'm
you
cur-
mentioned
I have a curiosity. It seems that you all are caught off guard by my use of magic or the need of a wand in order to activate magic, but were you not surrounded by tales of great wizards such as Dumbledore and Gandalf? I don't understand your confusion.
it wasn't
you guys-
real, guy.
It was
Oh, dude,
fantasy.
I'm gonna like. We should probably break it to him tactfully.
Yep.
We're off to see the
Take that one,
wizard,
Brent.
and just start
So-
walking away.
Kai, yeah, in our time, they were just stories. We didn't have any contemporary users of wizardry.
They were
At that
just
point, at that point, the projector eye kicks in and starts to display, starts to project the scene from Lord of the Rings of "Thou shalt not pass." Boom.
Oh
It's-
yeah, I remember that. That was
And-
a really cool scene.
Does he not know what movies are? Like,
And
does he?
as the scene happens here, and Gandalf says pass and slams his staff down. The sky erupts in a thundercloud,
Hi, what did you do?
and we start to
I
see
probably
that a storm
miscalculated
is
the-
growing and coming in from the east.
I clearly miscalculated the power of Gandalf's words.
I don't think that's it. I don't think that's right.
Out of Kai 9, give me a quick Arcana check.
You want it before I leveled, so I'll take 2 off of it.
Sure.
Oh,
So a 7, because I rolled a good old 2
7?
on the dice.
Oh,
we love it.
You can hypothetically do it. We're going to technically it's going to happen when you get your long rest here is when it's going
Okay,
to happen.
okay.
And it'll be at the end of session when you do your long rest, hypothetically. But so you with that kind of, you recognize and that this is 100% an arcane storm. You don't remember any of the more details, but you know that they're bad, happen a lot at night, and we should seek shelter. If
Shelter's
it's-
important. We need to get out of this immediately. This is an arcane storm.
Generally, if you could get yourself inside of a big metal box, you could probably be fine. Something to act as like a Faraday cage.
Looking around, do we see anything anywhere
Um,
on any side of us that could be something like that?
Yeah,
Does
yeah. So
Kai-
At this point,
Did
you
he
guys have
say
kind of
this?
made it up onto the highway, and are onto the highway proper, and are starting to follow that west. It looks
do we
like
see a
about.
Do we
Go
see a
ahead.
church van? Do we see a church van anywhere?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody give me perception checks. As you kind of continue to scan the road, as the darkness is rapidly coming in from behind you, you can see clouds closing in.
Gun 18.
Yeah, within the next half mile here ahead of you, you see a wide variety of vehicles. You see a couple box trucks, a semi or two, many cars, small SUVs, a number of large like multi-passenger vans. And you absolutely about an eighth of a mile up, you find a van that says New Hope Youth Fellowship on the side of it, in like peeled paint, like falling apart letters. The tires are all flattened, and like the doors are kind of hanging open.
On the inside, there's a
Just
church
like it was 8
full
years
of
ago.
Zombies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, but the letters have peeled off so that it just says
Nope.
ho.
No, no, no.
No ho.
Goodness.
Yeah,
Oh, Lord.
it looks like the storms will catch up to you in approximately 30 minutes. So you've got about 30 minutes here to select and find and choose what you're gonna actually try to weather the storm in, if you choose that. There are also woods to the north. If you wanted, you could absolutely try to make your way off of the highway and into the woods as well. Kainine, you would actually remember that you nobody else knows this yet, but you had crashed in the woods.
Okay.
Just north of the highway. Like you realized that was a safer bet than a bunch of concrete.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, let's. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna tell them about the fact that we need shelter and suggest the place that I crashed before, because that seems like a good spot to shelter. Or does the van feel like a better option?
Van feels better. I was just letting you know, relative to where your vehicle was crashed, it's going to be kind of probably a couple hundred feet off the highway to the north side of it.
Okay.
So to your right, but that's also like 4 miles ahead.
Sure. Okay. We should seek shelter immediately. This storm is not something we want to be caught in.
Where do you think we should crash for the night then, Kai? I mean, you know this area better than we do.
You don't seem to know what we're doing, so
I would strongly recommend a metallic shelter. Something that can redirect the galvanic forces of the storm would be a good thing.
Okay, so that means the van,
Okay.
and there was a box truck too, right?
Yep, there was a couple box trucks and also a semi
Ooh.
So
up ahead.
with a big box truck, we may have more space, but
With a semi, there'd be even more space, and possibly.
but with a van, I mean, if they still have the seats in them, they might be comfy.
There
Yeah,
are
we can-
seats still in them. There are
Just check all of-
four benches and two, like the two captain's chairs in the front.
They may have some places to lay down that are
That's
not.
fair.
Just
Yeah, it's like a 15 passenger.
That's fair.
We've all slept in those. We all know how big they are.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little old, and personally, I'd rather not sleep on like the metal on the bottom of a truck bed, but like
I'm down.
All right. Well,
I'm open to whatever.
you usually sleep standing up, so
I think we should split party right now. I think we
I'm not judging. I'm not judging.
somebody should decide on the vehicles that we all need to sleep in together, and then the other half should go look for any supplies, anything that could be scavenged out of any of these cars to help secure where we are sleeping for the night. I know there's probably not much, but you said 30 minutes before the storm hits, approximately.
approximately based off of the current wind speed and the barometric temperature or barometric pressure in the area, I believe that we have about 30 minutes before the first crash of lightning.
Okay, so I think we should gather supplies and select a place where we're all together.
That does seem wise.
Okay, I will leave. I'm going to start searching cars. So anybody who wants to come with me, I'm going to start fanning out and searching the cars that we're not going to be staying in. Like anything that's around that doesn't look viable, just...
I want to check the semis just because they might have, because I assume they have the trailers.
Yeah.
Okay, then I want to start searching those because I feel like it'd be more likely something could be overlooked.
Smart.
I'll search vehicles as well.
All right, so we're gonna do. So basically, we're for the most part, we're doing a quick scavenging of all the vehicles, double checking for any supplies, anything that's useful in the immediate area here, before we settle in on the.
Hey, real
I'm
quick.
specifically looking for CD and DVD cases.
Okay, CD and DVD cases.
God.
Hey,
You can tell everybody that?
No, I'll look like
Okay.
I'm going through and looking through them, but I'm going to toss like food and water to the side and grab like the DVDs to walk away with. Like that's the way that I
Okay.
prioritize things.
Before you guys head out,
Yes.
I'll start making some camp for us, but do you guys have a preference on like box truck or the van, or what do you guys want to?
I think the van
I'm
was.
down with the van.
Yeah, I think the
Van works.
van. Knox said would probably be more comfortable.
Anything with
I don't-
cushions?
I don't really know. I've sleep. Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I usually sleep standing up. So
We got to talk about that at some point because I'm getting kind of concerned. I mean,
It's weird, right?
we don't get to talk about it now if you don't want. I'm not trying to pressure you, but you know, as a physician,
I've
and
just changed
as-
a lot in the last like
You have rows, right?
row.
Row?
Yeah, row.
did you always
Like-
sleep standing up?
like
Did you
row?
always not drink water?
for
Can we
as
have
long
this
as like
discussion once we're in
That's fair.
shelter?
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so
And with,
Frank
Flies back,
with
like,
that,
just
the
like-
not even
DCs
gonna touch it.
with that amount of time, the DCs for everybody's like searching checks and everything has gone up by 1 because you've now lost 4
Oh.
minutes of your time.
So
So
I'm kidding.
Okay.
whoever the
investigation?
last
So yeah,
person-
so anybody, depending on what you're looking for, you can either do survival, investigation, or perception. If you're trying to scavenge for food and things, I'll let you do survival or perception just for a general search. If you're looking for something specific like the DVD cases or CD cases and stuff like that, give me the investigation.
whoever's kind of the last one in the group to start walking away, I'm just gonna like grab them real quick and I'm just gonna say like a quick prayer, put my hand on their shoulder and be like, good luck finding what you need. And I'm gonna cast guidance.
So
Oh, cool.
who's getting that?
Whoever straggled the longest, I don't care. You guys can figure out who straggled the longest.
I'm still trying to figure out which one I'm going to use.
I immediately
Well-
walked away once we agreed on the plan, so
true.
I would not be there.
I think I also said I did. Was there anybody else who was searching, who stayed,
I
or
was the
what have you
third
done?
one to say
You were the
search.
third one, yeah.
So
Okay.
it's probably either.
Yeah, I guess. I
Rower,
guess it would be
Rower Kai
Frank.
9, I'd imagine.
I think Frankie was kind of the last person to say he was heading away. So
So I rolled I rolled an 11, but I am going to use my build for success feature to give myself a bonus.
Sure.
And I'm sorry, I heard CDs and stuff would be investigation.
If
What
you're
was,
if you're
survival and perception?
survival and perception would be like if you're looking for like general food or just trying to see if you could find anything useful.
Doesn't matter which one.
You could use either. Survival
And if
would
they-
be more specifically if you're looking for like food, like actual survival, like food items or
Okay.
sheltery type stuff if you want.
And if they
but general
both had
perception, if
plus
you're just
2,
trying to,
it wouldn't matter which
doesn't
one I
matter.
used.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. In that case,
But you can also
Survival
tell
is-
me what you're specifically trying to find. We assume you're looking for.
I'm
some
looking for
general-
medical supplies,
Okay.
You know, things like that. I mean,
See
at the
people
same
left pills
time,
in their
I'm
glove
aware,
boxes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
or maybe some antibiotics in case somebody has syphilis. But also at the same time, I'm looking specifically for things that can heal us,
Mhm.
possibly like food and water. I mean, because technically that's almost like a form of healing. It's keeping alive. More like things that can heal us, or things that can make sure we don't need to get healed. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
ammunition,
Absolutely.
you know, weapons.
Okay.
So
perfect.
I'm gonna run that real quick. Let's see what I get.
So
Do I
because
still
you're
have
out,
bardic? No, I don't have a bardic. Never mind.
no, so you'll get a 13. So what you'll essentially Hermes, you're able with that roll to find a couple different small pill bottles. A couple are just probably very, very old expired Tylenol. You do find a couple antibiotics and things, enough to count as 2 uses of a healer's kit.
Hey.
So yeah, you managed to scavenge up enough supplies to basically kind of resupply your healer's kit.
Okay.
And kind of that's kind of
used
how
4
we're
uses, so I only have 1 use used now.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So you're able to, over those 20 minutes, scavenge up enough different, like some bandages and some things, so some additional painkillers. You even do find a couple prescription painkillers too.
Should I add those to my inventory, or is that?
If you want, yeah, you can add that stuff, but it kind of essentially will count towards your healer's kit usage. But from like a role play perspective, you absolutely have some the specific things.
Oh, the pain pill. Okay. Put that in the notes.
Right. So like thematically, we know you've got actual pain pills, you've got some Tylenols, you've got some like basic allergy medicines, a couple basic antibiotics and things like that. In combat and like in game, when you're trying to heal damage, you're gonna use that's gonna count as like your healer's kit usages. But you know, for role play perspective, we can be like, oh, we're gonna take some painkillers. All right, going back up the list here. So that's what Sanguine got. We'll do everybody one at a time quick. I see Kai 9, your total ended up being
19.
19 after all of that?
Yep.
Absolutely. So you find in 2 different cars, you find like some CD binders.
Okay.
Each with about a dozen or so like old school CDs in them.
Nice.
We can get you that list, or you can make it up if you would like to tell us
Sure.
what albums you found.
Sure.
So yeah, you come back with a nice little haul of music. We'll say about 70% of it, a little over half, is stuff you don't have or haven't seen in your collection. There's a couple
Awesome.
of them that you've seen before, or listened to before, more accurately. Okay, so that was Kai 9. Nox, you were looking for specifically like food items and general survival type items.
Yeah, just anything that would help with surviving the night.
Yep.
But also, he sifts through a lot of like stuff, because a lot of shit just like to him is worthless for what he's used to. So he's just like, yeah, no, all like, even if he finds shit, it's probably like garbage to him.
Gotcha. So he's leaving a lot of stuff behind.
Yeah, like stuff that might be useful to like other people, but he's like, nah, that's no good. I'm not gonna use that.
Yeah,
like,
and what do you get as your total?
4.
A 4? Oh, you don't
That's
find
fine.
anything. Yeah, you find nothing.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Like,
You think at one point you think you found a magazine for your, if that would work for your gun, but then it's actually a Pez dispenser.
I'm gonna take this dispenser.
Like you see the bottom of it sticking out of like a jacket pocket laying in a van, and you're like, oh, is that?
What kind of Pez dispenser?
It's the 9mm clip special edition Pez dispenser.
I was gonna say it's a Batman one.
So disappointing.
9mm clip Pez dispenser.
Really, the
Somebody
70th
Google that.
person this happened to.
Somebody
Flip
Google
up.
this and make it.
If you flip up the bullet at the top and the Pez comes out from under the bullet.
All right. Going back up the list, we got Rev. You were sticking around camp though, right?
Yeah, so I was gonna like be clearing off the seats of any debris, just kind of cleaning up where we're gonna be sleeping, just kind of getting things ready for us to camp out. Maybe setting up a place, but I don't think we're gonna be spending any time outside if there's a storm. So not really getting a fire ready or anything, but I'm just cleaning off the inside of the van as best I can.
Yeah,
so
getting it all cleared out, and so you're as you're not actually like looking for anything specific. There's really not much of anything in here. You do clear out some it's a little gross. There's definitely like some rat poop in the back and stuff like that. Some what was clearly somebody had left some food like under a seat in the back somewhere, and people had gotten into it and stuff over the years. So yeah, it's kind of gross, but you're in the 20 minutes able to clean it up, so it's sanitary-ish.
Nothing you don't normally expect from a youth group band. So
exactly.
Sanitary by Mad Max standards.
Exactly. And Ro, what are you looking for?
So Ro is gonna feel like her stomach kind of growl, and she's gonna instinctively look around for something to satisfy what is making her stomach growl.
Yeah. Okay. And you got a 7.
Yep.
Yeah. So as you start to work your way down the road, you see where there's like a cracked spot in the road in front of you. There's a little like kind of patch of dirt and some flowers sticking out. There's like just straight up like some plants like just sticking out of the dirt.
Oh no.
And yeah, it's dandelions. It's not but it looks real tempting.
She's gonna pick the dandelions.
Yeah, it's like a whole bundle of them.
Yeah, she'll pick the dandelions, and she'll head back to the van.
Is she trying to eat them?
Not presently. She's bringing them back to the van.
To see.
I mean, dandelions are edible.
What is
That is a good question. You might want to ask her in a minute or two.
All right, am I back?
All right. Who else we didn't do? Frankie, right?
Yes.
Were you were certain? What are you looking for?
Yes. So I rolled a perception check because I'm not looking for anything in particular, but Frankie also knows nothing about survival, having lived in cities all his life. So to his credit, he is hungry and would take food if he found it. But the things that Frankie likes are things like drugs and cool trinkets.
Mm-hmm.
And he has no concept of a survival situation yet, hopefully. So the only useful thing he would probably take is food. He's probably going to take a lot of junk otherwise.
A lot of junk otherwise. Yeah. Okay. So as what did you get on your roll?
17.
17? Yep. So for context, many of these vehicles are opened. It's 8 years into the apocalypse. A lot of this has been scavenged pretty heavily. You do, however, manage to find one of those little mini cans of Diet Coke. The little mini guys. The real little mini guys. It was like in a glove box that just happened to not be opened, or it was like kind of buried behind all the papers in the glove box.
Fun.
It's warm as shit, but it is, yeah, a little like 4-ounce can. He just instantly
Just gonna drink it himself.
I'm thirsty.
Oh goodness.
and everybody hears this echo throughout the highway. It's just, and all the zombies come.
Oh.
That's what does it.
Yep, that's what did it. But as continuing on, you do also in another car you find a corpse that has a little brass ring with a weird inscription on it that you can't find, or can't understand, not can't find. And that same corpse has like a dagger, like a little like bronze dagger laying on its lap. Little,
Nothing to read into here. I take them.
yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, you take that ring right off the corpse, dagger right out of its lap. It's like kind of like just hold, like it was like died holding this dagger in its hands, and it's kind of just like dropped there. Yeah. Yeah, they doesn't seem to be anything weird or specific about them. Just those are the kinds of trinkets that Frankie would have noticed and picked up on, I'd imagine.
Find a stylish dude that died with a ring and a
Right, what a
dagger.
baller.
I could see Johnny Depp playing Frankie
Hey.
I still can't
with
Where
get
are the
Umbrella.
trucks
all the
always
rings.
gone?
Exactly. Where are the?
I still can't get
I
Umbrella
don't have
Academy out of
nearly
my
enough
head.
bracelets.
That is true.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Umbrella Academy is for
That's
sure the vibe.
perfect.
Okay,
Wow,
so yeah. So after everybody goes out and finds their various things and makes their way back to the van, prepped by Curtis, we all make our way inside just in time for the storm to really pick up. And as you all see out the windows, the first strikes of lightning that are coming within view, a dazzling array as each bolt of lightning comes down a different vibrant hue. Well, actually, specifically, you see 4 different colors of lightning coming down. You see strikes of white, blue, red, and green. Like in distinct, bold, bright, almost like bright LED bold
It
colors.
feels like Christmas.
Has anybody
Um,
seen anything like that before?
And Kai9, you can roll your Arcana check again.
Yeah, I have a neighbor like down my
26
street
this time.
who has like this whole light display around Christmas time, and it's all these like red and green and white and even like all different colored lights. Feels like that when you're trying to sleep.
I think you mean you had a neighbor.
Kyle, Discord.
Yep, on it.
So yeah, you had been told by Kai9 that it is an arcane storm. Yeah. And I just did a quick and dirty version for you, Kyle.
Perfect. I got it.
2 days.
Yes, the arcane storms are fairly frequent and fairly common. They seem to have sprung up about something around 8 years ago, according to my as best I can tell. And also, I think I found the perfect thing for this, and I'm just gonna pop into my face a CD as Metallica's "Ride the Lightning" turns on.
Hell yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of lean over to like Rev and be like, does he think that these things are like historically accurate?
I don't know, but I love this song, and I'm just like kind of like jamming out as we're playing this.
So I think he's telling us it's been 8 years.
8
Wait.
years.
8 years?
He said
since...
these storms started 8 years ago. I've never seen anything like this. I've never heard about anything like this. Have you
No,
guys?
obviously you've never
I mean,
seen
it is.
I
You
don't
guys
know.
live around?
I
you guys
mean,
live around here?
geological phenomena occur all over different places of the planet, and then with climate change being active, it's,
Yeah,
you could
like
see anything at any time, anywhere. So to say we haven't experienced anything,
I mean, on the
maybe.
news, like this would be a big deal.
Well, like,
You know,
it's
like-
Kansas.
Okay, the government controls all that, and they don't want you to talk about that stuff, so they're not going to show you red lightning.
Like, I'm not from
but-
around here personally, so y'all
Wait,
weather could be weird.
I'm sorry, what do you think this is, Knox?
While they're all discussing, I'm gonna start casting
just-
detect magic on the CD cases I found, just to see if any of them contain anything.
Anything
Oh,
magical?
no.
Absolutely. Yeah. So go ahead and give me that detect
I
magic.
think atmospheric anomalies can occur, and that can interact with storms, and then whatever's in like the lower spheres of what we're
No,
actually.
but what I'm asking you is, what do you think is happening to us right now? Like, do you think that there's a better explanation than what Kai is giving us?
Oh no, absolutely not. I'm not worried about that right now, though.
What are you worried about?
I mean, I'm not. No, I'm just saying like that's not really a concern because we're all here, and until we can get some definite answers about anything, I mean,
Well, I
it doesn't
can
really-
tell
there's
you
no
what I
sense in
know.
worrying
What I know, while limited, does seem to indicate that the the lightning storms seem to be an effect of the same thaumaturgic aether that has been causing you all to feel disjointed and out of place. The lightning itself seems to be composed of concentrated arcane aether, and where it strikes, we seem to find growths of arcane empowered crystals.
Can it create life?
I have not heard of it creating life. I have, however, heard of it changing life. It seems that all life is rather malleable when made of flesh things.
But what if it's not made of a flesh thing and then it is a flesh thing?
That would be new to me.
Inside
Are you
check.
aware of something like this? And suddenly my eye like twists and like zooms in the telescopic way that it like it looks like it does, and I get a little closer. Is this something you're aware of?
It could be something that has happened to.
The little
possibly.
eye turns into a monocle as he starts to starts to take a closer look at you.
I'm just gonna lean in really close and be like, "You didn't have flesh, and now I do."
Really? Well, that is, and I'm gonna literally poke you with my wand. That is quite interesting. Oh yes, yes. The wizard will be very excited to meet you. And honestly, I am very excited to meet you. I have often found myself wondering what it would be like to be flesh.
Could you tell us a little bit more about that like wizard guy?
What would you like to know?
Sorry to interrupt your moment, but you keep talking about this wizard guy, and I don't know. Do the rest of you guys get a? Can we trust this guy?
I'm a wizard, and I trust me. And as I say that, I reach out the window and say, "Bang!"
Shoot off.
Yeah, and a big old blast fires off. Now you can tell us what happens as you fire off your Eldritch Blast.
Oh my goodness!
It's a big old blast of arcane energy just like erupts from your fingertip.
Yes, it is a pinkish red streak, kind of at a point, I suppose, with like a tail behind it.
Ro's just gonna lean over and be like, "This whole magic thing's new to everybody else, right?"
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I know, man. Like
weird.
this.
I mean,
Wait.
I'm not even surprised at this point.
Bro, are you saying? Because like, I saw you before all this happened, and are you saying you weren't human?
The time I was not.
For a time?
At that time, at that moment, and before all of this happened, I was. I'm a little confused right now because now that I realize that I looked human, I am confused by the fact that I looked human, but I was not human.
I'm confused because you looked human.
Yes, I was part of a line of.
Nox is going to start laughing, and he's going to pull out a bunch of joints, and he's going to light a joint up while we're sitting in the van. Just start smoking.
So Nox just starts hotboxing the church van.
Yeah, I just, like, as she says that, I'm just going to start laughing. Just,
Wait, what
all right, this is
technology?
weird.
So you're telling me you were a robot?
It was a.
We
I was a
prefer
part
the
of
term
it.
mechanical beings.
Well, no offense, but like, listen, you're really cool and all, K9, but Ro like looked like that before.
I know. I was a part of a new line. The elite. It's elite service. ESP's elite service bots.
Man,
What sort of services did you provide?
Well, I specifically we provided a lot of different services, but we catered to very wealthy individuals, and we did all sorts of things. Sometimes we would go, shopping. Sometimes we would do some bounty hunting. Sometimes we would, play piano for, or we would assist, world-class musicians. I mean, we did a lot of different things.
my mind is blown. Are any of the rest of you guys robots?
No. But I do want to hit up that joint if that's okay, because
There are more of me. There are more of me.
Neighbors.
Not me specifically, but there are more of my line out there somewhere in the world, and I wonder, did this happen to them too?
Well, that certainly is a curiosity, but I'll tell you what. They did a real good job, because I couldn't even tell the difference.
That was the whole point.
Syngeni offers the highest quality in technological and biosynthetic technology.
I was made by the Syngeni Corporation.
So you guys
Who
know
gave
each
you
other?
a name?
No,
No. Your name is Ro. Is that part of your serial number?
Yes, I'm Row ESB.
Ah, I see.
There are 24 of us. I wonder what happened to
Limited
them.
edition.
Kai 9,
Okay.
could you give me a history check quick?
Certainly.
So,
Seeing if you recognize the name Syngeni.
21.
You have heard that name before. Hearing that name sparks something in your memory circuits. It trips. You're not sure exactly what, but you have seen that name before on
Have I, like, seen the
stamped on
logo?
Yeah, you've seen like their logo stamped on some things, but you do not remember where.
Okay,
It was
the
several years ago.
The logo
And-
immediately pops up on my display as I recall it.
Mhm.
Yep. The Syngeni Corporation. I'm vaguely familiar. I still can't access the deep parts of my memory banks. So I am not certain what I should know. Can you please elaborate on the Syngeni Corporation?
Well, my division specifically was robotics. I don't know anything really. Or at least I can't really remember much more about what Syngeni did, or all I knew is what I did.
Most of the product lines were not integrated with internal knowledge of company operation.
But you seem to have knowledge of internal company operations, Knox.
Yes. Syngeni is a sort of mega corporation that has its hands in everything. I guess 8 years ago, if you existed within the United States, you bought their products, you consumed their products every day. Or you saw their ads, they're everywhere, kind of their hands in everything. There's a lot of different sectors, and not necessarily everything is known between the left and the right hand of the company, so to speak. So there's a lot of information that is not shared. I'm an agent. I worked for the acquisitions division.
Is that what were you doing running out of the mall with all that blood on you and stuff?
That's
Obviously acquisiting.
I was reacquiring company information from an ex asset of the company.
You're really a company man, aren't you?
Well, yeah, they provide structure, and what I hope to find some semblance of them still standing, and I don't think this apocalypse would really hurt them much, but my phone is fried, so I can't contact them.
They created me.
Yes, they did. Yeah, they did a great job.
Rev's gonna give you a little bit of a side eye, Docs.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'll just be like, not more of like a curious side eye, but I'm just gonna be like, did you kill someone?
I mean, that was a knife move. I'm well aware of what a knife move is. That was a knife move.
I will not lie to you. I have killed somebody before.
You all did. We just killed
Same.
like 5
Yeah.
people.
I don't
Well,
think I killed anyone.
Do zombies count? Do they?
They're flesh things.
Are they?
Yes, but
Did-
that's a moral gray area, and I think in a way
Hey,
you were.
Hi. I have flesh now apparently, and I didn't before. So like, maybe other things could have flesh and then not flesh. It's very confusing.
Do you think that I
have-
could have flesh?
If I did, you probably could.
Maybe one day.
Out of curiosity, I just wanted to ask. You mentioned, Kai, that where a ethereal lightning strike happens, it's known to create. Did you say some type of crystal?
Yes, the arcane crystals that we use to power things like myself are generated by the lightning strikes of the storms.
And didn't you, a little while back, around the time we first met, mention those could be used to do something?
I'm certain that I did. They're very useful. They're very useful in many aspects of life these days.
Okay. In that case, I just like to say, hey guys, we got to remember where that first lightning strike was, because we might want to check that out after we're all rested up.
Reasonable idea. Maybe.
You should
an
also
idea.
you
Kai,
should also know that where the lightning strikes, it does tend to change the local flora and fauna.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh,
That's interesting.
Uh,
Kai, it made me think. What do we use as currency right now? Like, does the still good old American dollar still work around here? Or...
I'm gonna have to point that one to Bill because I don't actually know the answer to that in character.
Uh,
Or out of character, I mean. I don't know the answer to that.
in, character, in
Shit.
character, you would have no concept of currency,
Perfect. Okay.
other than what you've read in like books and seen in media. You know that people used to, but you've hardly seen any. But I mean, technically, you don't remember much. But
Right.
yeah, you are mostly with your creator.
I do not tend to buy things, and I'm unaware of how people transact trade these days.
Well, I don't know about everybody else, but I think that maybe these things that Kai is talking about, if our money isn't really great these days, because I don't know if you guys have seen it as like post-apocalyptic movies, it feels like we're in right now. But typically, like, money doesn't work anymore, so maybe we could use them to like trade for, I don't know, food or anything, because like,
Acquiring the currency of the land so we can.
yeah, I mean, even if we just trade it for like regular money or something, who knows?
for valuable CDs.
The
I mean, money.
Until
Money's
we
great.
get more information.
Money is great tinder. Lots of warm fires. You know.
yeah. I think we have to figure out where we are. I mean, Kai, you're very helpful, but
Kansas.
The wizard will be able to give you significantly more information than I currently have.
Are we still geographically located similarly to where we were?
we haven't moved.
Kai, do you know where we are, like on the?
I can tell you that geographically we are in an area that you're used to, that you would have called Kansas, in your previous Civilization.
I got it. Don't short circuit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think
got
what word I would use
At
there.
this point, can I
I
try
got
to
the
click my
nuance.
heels
It's
together
okay.
and say there's no place like home, and then afterwards be like, well, it was worth a shot. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. There's no place
There's
like
no place
home.
like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. And then when you guys are looking at me, I'm just gonna be like, I mean, everything else worked. You know, like
Yeah, it's a reasonable thing. I mean,
Absolutely. I mean, it's been mentioned that we might be dreaming, but I at this point, I think that's probably not likely.
I was dreaming when I was laying on the ground back there. I was
When
running
there's
towards the
zombie?
light, and then a white hand grabbed me by the scruff of the neck and pulled me back into the world.
I wonder who that was.
Who did that, by the way?
Isn't that the doctor?
No, somebody brought me.
I was trying
I'm
yesterday,
pretty sure
I swear.
I remember I got hit really, really hard,
Oh no, that was the Reverend.
and then I fell to the ground.
well, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
The Reverend seems to have developed a the ability to wield what's the word I'm looking for? Holy magics. Magics tied to the planes of the gods.
Yeah, so like I prayed for you as I was running up behind the other zombie. You know that like, you know, and so I didn't really do anything.
So apparently
Oh.
planes are a thing now.
Well,
No.
thank you. I owe you one. That is, I
mean,
I do appreciate you not leaving me there to die. I
like I said,
am
you gotta
going to
think-
be
you gotta think
honest.
the-
I
you gotta think
probably
the
would
big man
not do the
doesn't
same.
really do anything.
Like,
Bro.
just
He's like, you know, echoing the, you know, it's,
I don't know if I believe that. You could have left me there to die, and you literally saved my life when you put your hand
but
on
I
my
owed you
shoulder
one
and
because
shoot
you
that zombie.
healed me.
That's true. That's
So
true.
I was just
And we are
repaying the
square.
favor. That's all that was. And thank you for also healing. I guess I should say that too, right? That's what normal people do.
Hey man, it's what I do. You know what I mean? Don't call me the doctor for nothing.
So we got like, you can wield like healing. I'm gonna point to Rev. Really, you have like healing magic now, and then we have an actual doctor. And I'm gonna like look back at Hermes, and I'm gonna grab the joint back. And, like, here's babysitting that thing.
No, it was with Frankie first. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Spreading it
all the
around,
drugs work
man. Just
I don't know what you guys are doing. I mean, I do, but
I'm gonna
I've
roll
never-
down the front window a little bit. You guys
Nah,
are
man,
like,
we're playing.
Is
big.
that old that it
Shut
has
up.
the cranked?
yeah, I'm gonna crank the window a little bit. You guys are like slowly starting to hotbox the van.
That's going to affect
Okay.
every one of you except me. I don't breathe.
roll the window down.
Smoke's bad for electronics.
That's true.
I mean, Kai, you don't partake. I don't. It's Nox is starting to feel the
And yeah, and as you're talking to Kai, you realize that Kai has been like focusing on his CD collection in the background as well, like analyzing them, and was slightly distracted and didn't catch what you said to him. I'm guessing.
Oh, hey, so I didn't find anything. Looking around, did anybody?
I found these, and I'm really hungry. Are these good to? I'm so hungry. I think this is what this feeling is. It's like when your stomach is like
Exactly.
yelling at you, and it's like it hurts so much, and I've never felt this before. So I think I'm gonna eat these yellow things. It's okay.
Is it actually dandelions?
Is it?
Yeah, it's straight up yellow dandelions,
Yeah,
like
you can-
straight up.
On the plus side,
So
edible.
I'll
Under
figure
normal
that.
It is edible, but like it's not like.
Hold on, I'm like, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna reach into my bag and I'm like ruffle through, and I'm gonna pull out a whole bunch of like Boy Scout material, like little books on like weather, forestry, stuff like that. I'm gonna start like paging through them. I'm gonna like open them up, and I'm just gonna start like reading my Boy Scout magazines, and be like, it does look like dandelions are edible. They can be a little bit bitter, but the leaves are definitely pretty good. Like the green part, the yellow part.
They just,
yeah, not so much.
I've seen people eat before, so I'm just gonna like put it in my mouth, and we're just gonna eat it. Does anybody? And I'm just gonna eat.
Like one at a time.
Like one at a time, or just shoving a whole fistful of
No,
them?
I'm shoving the whole.
Like as much as can possibly fit in your mouth at once. Just.
I'm gonna like look back and be like, she's never eaten before.
You look like a cow. Just.
That's what it's going to look like as I shove all of these dandelions into my mouth, because I've never experienced hunger before, and it's a piercing pain, and I don't know what.
Make sure
Pain is new. Pain is new. So.
Make sure you chew well. before you
I could
swallow.
chew well. I have teeth.
Yeah, just the more
It's
the
very.
more.
This is not. This doesn't taste good.
It won't. It won't.
It's a little bitter, but that's it's okay. It's edible.
It's good
so
for you.
It'll make that thing that you're feeling in your stomach. It'll ease that for you.
Kai,
Yes.
question. Is there I know this is weird, but I did consume like media back before the whatever happened. It seems a little post-apocalyptic right now. Is there like radiation and everything that we have to worry about, or like does it because you said flora and fauna kind of get like jacked up by stuff, so like if we like need to like hunt and kill an animal for food, or like harvest like fruits or vegetation, I'm not super good at survival, and this feels like such a stupid question because you don't eat. Is the bounty of the land safe to consume? I guess is.
Well, I never thought about that as I'm like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask the DM if I know that, or if I can make a check to see if I know that.
Give me a history check.
History. You got it.
Or Arcana, your choice.
All right, I'll take Arcana.
And I'm already typing some bullet points for you in Discord.
They're the same for now. So.
Yep.
That's a good question.
23.
Hey.
Oh.
Nice.
History and
Take that.
Arcana are the things I'm good at. So.
Keep that up. I like that. What color was that one?
I'm letting Bill type to me, so give me a second while he feeds me the
What color
information
was that
I can
lightning
then-
strike?
That one was green.
Bill, their question was about whether or not things were safe to eat, or whether it was like a radiation-based.
Wherever they were, so higher elevation would be safer. Was that middle part? Yeah, sorry.
Gotcha.
So
yeah,
places where the arcane storms have become less prevalent are
sure.
higher elevation essentially right
Is
now.
it
Or
Is
like cover.
of disease?
The flora
No.
and fauna that have been changed, I would not recommend consuming for fuel. I would recommend. There are plenty of animals and plants that are unchanged from when you last saw them. And I do find that higher elevations seem to be less touched by all of this, as the storms seem to rest themselves in lower elevations.
So we need to be careful about how much food we consume until we can.
And
I
you
would-
definitely know that your dude, your creator, he's got supplies.
Yep.
He's
The
been
wizard
around
has-
and doing this for a while.
The wizard has plenty to take care of you once we get back to the tower.
Sounds a little scary. It sounds like you're taking us to see like, how would you? Sounds like you're taking us to see like Sauron or something.
No, think Great Wizard of Oz, less Sauron the White.
He was a little bit messed up too, though.
Yeah, wasn't that the whole point of the books? Was that he was? I'm not gonna.
I haven't read the books. I've only seen the movie with the great Judy Garland in it. And from what I understand, he helped her get back to Kansas.
Oh, yeah. I suppose that.
But if we're in
already
Kansas,
in
we don't need help to get back to Kansas.
I'm not certain that directly applies to your situation. As far as I'm aware, there is no back. And to be fair, I did not know that there was a forward. You are all classified as unexpected temporal anomalies, and I am to collect you and bring you back. We did not know that you would be people.
You keep calling
I
us.
didn't know I'd be people either. Very exciting.
You keep calling us temporal anomalies, and then you just said you are surprised that we are people. Did you know we were?
The wizard detected that calculated that there would be a temporal change in your exact location and sent me to collect the temporal anomaly.
What other kind
Okay.
of temporal
We are
What's your wizard's name?
anomalies are there?
I have not before experienced a temporal anomaly. You are the first that I'm aware of.
We're the only anomaly.
What is? Can I ask your wizard's name?
The wizard's name is the wizard.
I'm going to, as you do that, I'm going to kind of like, I thought so, having observed you do this, I'm going to walk behind you where I connected the crystals initially, and I'm just going to look for any loose wires. No, we just went through some stuff.
Absolutely,
so honestly,
absolutely.
I didn't do a very good job patching him together. So like, I didn't think anything was going to. Like, maybe there's a wire loose, and that's why. Just kind of go into maintenance mode, pull out my jeweler's kit, and start looking at it.
So you actually do find that one of the crystals, actually, as you look on like closer examination, you do find that there is another secondary crystal farther inside. It is another blue one, but this one appears to be cracked, and it is embedded inside some sort of component. As you do that examination, yeah.
Okay, so it's when I look at it, is this like this needs replacement?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
And you have no idea how to do it.
Yeah. Hey, Kai.
Yes.
I don't mean to alarm you, but are you aware of your own sort of build? Like, are you like aware?
I am aware of my own construction, yes.
Okay, so you seem to have sort of like a sub-layer, like embedded crystal sort of formation going on here,
Yes.
and I'm like, I don't. If I'm using the wrong terms, please you correct me with the right ones. I'm not familiar with any of this, but if crystals are channeling energy, they're probably not supposed to be like cracked, right?
No, a cracked crystal would be pretty useless. Wait, do I have cracked crystals?
You have the blue one, the embedded one, seems to have a
And that
pretty
was 100%.
severe-
Yeah, your memory circuit. That is 100% your memory circuit. You would know that.
Oh no. Oh, that's bad. That's bad news. That's bad. I must see the wizard. Let's see if this is something that I can fix myself. I will run a full diagnostic. Thank you. I will be right back. And the screen blinks off as I cast mending on myself.
And as the screen blinks off, and he says, "I'll be right back," and we will pick back up there next time on Dungeons and Dragons on the Arcane Apocalypse.
Oh yay! Pick back up the roll play. It's really
Oh,
fun.
big shout out to the band from Ireland. Shout out Genius.
All
Thanks
righty.
to everybody that watched.
Thank you, anybody who joined us. Thank you again to Lego for providing all of the models. Thank you to Sirenscape for providing all of the ambient sound effects. And thank you for the fantastic music artists who have provided some royalty-free music available to use here. Links and all of that will be in the dibbly-doos at some point once I get around to getting it all set up. Until then, We will see you in 2 weeks on the Arcane Apocalypse.